Critter Cafe is the newest in a long line of cozy games that have come out lately. I'm really loving it, but I feel like I can't even keep up at this point. But anyway, first world problems. A big thank you to the developers for providing me with a review code for this. I really appreciate it. So Critter Cafe, what's it about? Here you'll rescue critters while also decorating and managing your cafe. As far as it goes for indie type games, I did really like the overall character style, especially the haircuts. Lots of choices to choose from. There's some really cute accessories like hairpins, backpacks, and glasses, and it gave me a kind of anime vibe, so I really liked that. As long as I can customize a character to really make it my own and be proud of it, then I'm pretty happy. Afterwards, you get a bit of an explanation that your friend has told you about an abandoned cafe, and off you go. Now, a bit of personal backstory here. Basically, I tried to start this game during a small road trip since I had it on Switch. I was a bit tired, but figured it would be a fairly simple, straightforward game. When I reached this exact point in the game straight after character creation, I kind of stopped it and decided to play it when I was back at home, somewhere I could readily write notes and properly focus because, well, I found it a bit confusing. So you create your character, pop into the game, get 2 sentences about how it's important to decorate and what buttons to press to do so, and off you go. Like, please hold my hand a bit more. I need it. I know that sounds a little bit silly, but the menu system I found to be a little bit more complicated than I would have thought. You have a few items from each category and you can alter the colors and place them down. It's pretty easy after you get used to it, but a little bit more guidance would have been appreciated. I think there's a fine line between too much guidance and too little, and I'm sure it's hard to get right being a developer. But not only putting down furniture, but to what extent? Am I meant to furnish the whole cafe right now? Am I just doing a little bit? Does this even cost me money? Do I have money? One more thing I picked up at this point as I started to place down furniture is that I also would have liked more rotation options. So a 45% turn instead of just 90 degrees so I could utilize those cozy little corners, but that's really just me nitpicking. After placing a couple of seats and tables, I accidentally closed the customization menu and the game suddenly pushed me to start welcoming my first customer. Meanwhile, I was really just getting into the furnishing part and I wanted to continue with that, so that's exactly what I did. Once I was ready, I went over to the cash register to start getting some customers, and oh my gosh, I tried running and I don't know why, but I found this to be the funniest thing ever. Look how she runs. It's like Naruto style or something. So funny. So here I was waiting for people to start walking in when I noticed a little hand icon. So it turns out customers just kind of poof into the cafe. So you speak to them when they're ready to order, which all I had was coffee, I guess. And that's all that anyone ordered. And I Naruto ran back and forth filling up cups to serve customers. And when they were done, they just poofed away. While this takes away from, I guess, the immersiveness of the game, it's definitely not a deal breaker for me. So following this, I got a letter from that friend who convinced me to fix up the cafe, gifting me a better coffee machine, which was very nice of her. With this coffee machine, I was not only able to fill up coffee cups, but also able to do latte art as like a separate kind of order, which is interesting. So after my second kind of influx of having customers, I received an anonymous letter telling me to go to some beehives. And doing so, I was able to open this portal that transported me to another world. Here was a kind of short path where I needed to move around a few blocks to get to the other side, where I found a critter to rescue, and I took it back with me. Back at my cafe, I was kind of expecting this critter to like live there, I guess, but no. I was told to go to this habitat area with no explanation of how it got there or how I found it, but anyway, apparently the critter I saved was here and I needed to take care of it. So I walked around and I walked around and I walked around some more and I could not see this critter anywhere. It did take me a bit, but I eventually found it, and no wonder because it is the tiniest little furball. I also noticed after this that there's like this little bell where you can use to call your critters forth, so that makes it so much easier. Interacting with it, I could brush, play, and bathe it, so I did a few of these interactions, and afterwards I was directed to go straight back to my cafe, where I was then told to serve more customers. Great. This time I needed to select a critter, so I chose Mogbert. I did not get to choose the name of this critter, yikes. And he kind of just bopped around while I served. That friend I mentioned before came back to tell me she had thought of some great ways to use my newly rescued critter to make money. Awesome. So I could now accept bookings for people to come by and spend time with it. So this booking turns out has some requests in it. So they might want some green furniture and a critter with a long tail. So you need to select the right items that go along with that request to get more kind of XP, I guess, and then you get a cutscene of it playing out. That's it. Like, you don't even have to have that actual furniture in your cafe. It's just in the menu where you can select what furniture to use for that kind of request, I guess. I don't know, it's weird. Afterwards, I was told a bakery wants to work with me, and that means I can now serve treats and cake. Not really sure what the bakery is getting out of this, since I don't apparently charge for any of this, but okay. I also want to mention at this point there is no kind of penalty or incentive to try hard to serve customers. If there's any left by the time the cafe closes, they just poof away. So after serving some customers with my new baked goods section, I got another anonymous note to guide me to a second location to rescue another critter. And here I'm really noticing a strong gameplay loop. Serve customers, get new critters. Serve customers, unlock a new food option. Serve customers, you get it. So I went to the second portal where I now had a hammer to break crystals, along with moving blocks to find my way across it. Sorry buddy, you may think you're being rescued, but I'm actually going to use you to get free furniture. Back to the cafe where I believe I've now fully unlocked all available food options, so I can now do coffee, latte art, cake and baked goods, each with their own little mini game. Most are quick and easy, enough so that I don't mind having to repeat them over and over, for now at least. The latte art I do find a bit of a chore though, where you have to slowly trace this totally random picture and press either A or B as your cursor kind of follows it around. But anyway, here I officially hit free mode, so I guess I basically finished the introductory part of the game. So now at this part I kind of just keep going by myself, which is nice. I had a proper browse through the game menu and I could see that you can unlock different colors for your critters as you level them up. There's also a couple more tools to unlock, and it also showed me the total number of blueprints I could unlock, and I always love a good completion guide. I can also see from my map that there are a couple of places for me to unlock. So I kept going and it probably took me maybe an hour to unlock the rest of the map. So just a loop of booking and customer requests to gain critter XP, because I really wasn't interested in the serving aspect. And then when I reached a new level, I would be able to unlock a new portal to rescue another critter, and every now and then I would just unlock a new area. These areas are pretty cute, albeit lifeless. They have people in them, but you can't talk to them or interact. You can explore here to find blueprints that will give you new furniture and some other items. Otherwise, you just use these areas to get to a new portal. So that is pretty much the game. I note that you can't hire any sort of staff, nor does the serving aspect of the cafe get any more challenging, so a very kind of basic game here. So I guess overall the game gives off a bit of a cheap vibe, having customers pop in and out, just getting these random message pop-ups from a friend and an anonymous person as a way of telling the story kind of, and not really getting any explanation or background, like why can't that person that's telling you to rescue these critters rescue them themselves, and why have the critters even been captured? I have no idea. As for a cafe style game, earning absolutely no income and just being able to place furniture for free and getting random upgrades for no apparent reason other than just serving customers just didn't really fit in with the style of the game. For a low price game, this would kind of be what I would expect. I did check the price and it's set at $25 Australian. In my personal opinion, while that's not necessarily an expensive game, for what you get here, I can't say that seems a fair price. Not even close, considering that you have other games coming out lately like Critic Rove and Fields of Mystria that are similarly priced and offer so much more content. I would like to disclaim that I don't know any sort of background or history in the development of this game, and I do know that sometimes games get released before they're ready despite developer wishes due to funding issues or like publisher reasons or whatever. I do think this game would be amazing for young children though. There's no full-on story or plot to follow, there's simple directions and easy gameplay and mini-games. So I guess if you don't mind the price, then 100% yes, this game is perfect for younger kids. But I guess for me as an adult, sorry, but this one is a no from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!